here. Today I'm just going to continue ahead with Unit 2. We're going to talk a little bit about cells. In this portion of the unit, there's going to be a lot of reading and working with the textbook, maybe working online with some resources that you can find by doing internet searches. So basically I would like you to continue on with the unit. Basically you list principles of the cell theory here. You know, a cell is what it's composed of, and you know that it's the basis of all living things, these kinds of things. This may be a little difficult to understand. Why do cells remain so tiny? You know, why don't cells get really big? Well, it's all because of surface area. It takes a lot less energy to move chemicals from place to place if they're in a small area. Whereas if you had a very, very large area, it would take a lot of energy by the cell to move that item from where it was made to perhaps where it's needed within the cell, or to actually secrete that chemical compound outside of the cell. So we have to think of efficiency and you know, basically how the cell is going to use that compound and how much energy it's going to take to move that compound around. So all these things go into why cells remain tiny. Differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. Well, the prokaryotes are the very basic cells. The bacteria are members of the prokaryotic group. They're very basic. They have very few organelles and they're very small. Their DNA is not surrounded by a nuclear membrane. It is just a blob within the cytoplasm. Okay? Now, eukaryotic cell is a very large cell, very complicated. Has many different organelles. It has a nucleus, a structured nucleus, meaning that it has DNA that is surrounded by a nuclear membrane. So it has a structured nucleus. Very, very complex cell. Has all sorts of organelles. Now, those are the main differences between the two types of cells. What I'd like you to do is go out there and look in your book or go on the internet and try to describe the functions of the following cellular organelles. Now remember, all of these organelles may not appear in all cells. Okay, so keep that in mind as you are trying to describe these organelles. And like it says, these cellular organelles are the little structures within the cell that have different functions. Okay? Moving on, plasma membrane. Well, we'll get into that in another lecture. So you have a good day, and I will talk to you again.